In case you didn't know, I am a licensed UK amateur radio operator and I'm located in Staffordshire and England. For those of you outside of the UK, my location is roughly in the centre of England. I've had an interest in radio from a young age. I started off by listening to basically stations all around the world via my dad's shortwave radio in the late 1980s. In the 1990s, I started to grow up and obtain my own radio equipment. It was basically a mixture of multiband scanners, and I started off with a good HF radio, which was a Yaesu FR101S. Back in the 90s, I spent most of my time basically listening to UHF and VHF communications. There was a lot around back then. There was taxis, there was police, fire, ambulance. There was a lot to listen to that wasn't encrypted. These days, I spend most of my time listening to HF band, although I do occasionally listen to UHF and VHF, but there isn't that much on that side of the band, even the digital side that's encrypted that you can now decrypt. A lot of companies, just use mobile phones for communication, and there's no need for any expensive radio equipment anymore. Most of the time, I use my own SDR, which is an SDR Play RSP Duo. It's got 3 antenna inputs. One antenna goes to a wire antenna, which is in my loft. This is used for HF. Another HF antenna is a cross-country wireless HF active loop version 4 with the bias T, and this is mounted on a pole outside my house with a rotator connected to it, so I can actually move the antenna around. My final antenna that I've got is a Diamond D130J Super Discone antenna, which is mounted on a pole outside, and that's primarily used for VHF and UHF. When I'm not using my own SDR, I'm often on the internet browsing public-based SDRs that are around the world to see what I can listen to on HF. For mobile use, when I'm out and about, I have an old Yuppie MVT 7100, which myself and many other people would agree is one of the best fully banded handhelds ever made. I also recently jumped on the bandwagon and bought a Bofang as well. They're a good low-cost radio for RX and TX if you're out and about. I hope you enjoy my YouTube channel. There's a bit of everything here, from radio stations around the world to pirate stations and everything in between, as well as a few useful tips and tricks on the various hardware and software that I use for radio communication and any radio associated projects that I'm working on. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe.